Okay, so I have those 3 exercises. I'm going to demonstrate them on video for you. I'm just going to do a couple of reps of each version of it, and then let you ask me any questions if you have any about it. What I want you to try to do is 12 to 15 reps of each exercise. Start with the modified version, and then go to the regular version once that modified version is too easy, there's no soreness, no pain, anything like that. Obviously, if it hurts when you're doing it, stop and don't continue. Okay, so the first one we're going to call the Cobra, lifted Cobra. All right, I'm going to start on this angle so you can see what it looks like. Okay, my feet are going to be flat, pointed. Okay, I'm not forcing them pointed, I'm just letting them lay pointed. And they're going to stay anchored to the ground, and they're about shoulder width apart. They're not closed in together. That's not so comfortable for me. Comfortable position for your feet. And they're going to stay anchored to the ground. They'll move around a little bit, but you don't want them lifting up off the ground at all. Okay? Hands are going to be right underneath your shoulders, and your elbows need to be tucked in against your body, not flaring out against the side. Okay? The goal here is to use the muscles in the core and around your back, your lower back, to lift yourself up off the ground. You want your head in a position looking down, so you'd be looking at the ground, okay? And you don't want to lift it up like this because now you're putting strain on that neck and your muscles around your upper back and your upper thoracic, and we don't want that. So, okay, so keep looking down. And the first part of this, the modified version, is to keep the hands anchored to the ground as well. So feet and hands are staying on the ground for the modified version. So try this guy for 15 reps. Okay, so you're going to lift up, and you're going to keep those hands anchored. My feet are staying on the ground, and my hands are staying on the ground. Okay, once that becomes easy and there's no problems with that, then you're actually going to lift the hands up off the ground, keeping this shape in the arms almost like they're stuck that way. Okay, feet stay anchored, and it looks like this. So now I'm using all of those muscles in the back to pull everything up. From the front, it looks like this. Okay, my feet are anchored, my hands are anchored as well. So the modified version, I'm not pushing, I'm not using my arms to do any kind of push-up version. I'm just keeping them anchored to help keep that extra weight and support down there. Now the non-modified version, I'm lifting the hands up off the ground. My feet are staying anchored to the ground, and I'm working myself up as high as I can go. Okay? That's the first exercise. The second exercise, called Airplane Cobra. So we're going to start with the hands out in front of me like this. Feet, once again, anchored to the ground in the back, shoulder width apart, because that's comfortable for me. Okay? So we're going to start here, and the hands are always going to stay on the ground. They'll stay on the ground for the modified version because you're going to use those arms slightly to help support and push yourself up. Once again, you're going to be raising the chest up off the ground, but you're using your hands and your arms to help with that. Okay, so the modified version looks like this. So my hands are actually doing some pushing as I move out to the side, okay? The non-modified version of that, hands don't get to touch the ground. Feet stay anchored, everything else stays the same, but the hands stay off the ground. So here we go. And this is going to help strengthen those muscles in your lower back. Okay? From the side, those guys look like this. Alright, so hands on the ground for the modified version. You notice how I push as the arms are going. I'm not going out and then pushing up. I'm doing it all at one time. Okay? The non-modified version, hands up off the ground. Feet are staying anchored to the ground.
No, we're covered now. Thank you for the call.
Okay. And then the last one we're going to do with the broomstick. just a plain old empty broomstick. And this guy, you're actually going to, I'm going to start in this angle, okay? You're going to make an X out of your body, okay? So wide legs, wide hands. Hands need to be wider than shoulder. And you're going to grab the broomstick, not quite at the ends, but definitely not out in front of yourself. You're going to impinge your shoulder if you do that. So we want those hands pretty wide, okay? Legs pretty wide also. The modified version of this, you're going to keep those feet on the ground, okay? Modified version, keep the feet on the ground. And you're going to raise your upper body and your hands all at the same time, okay? So it'll look like this. And the height that you're able to get to begin with is probably going to only be a couple of inches. And over time, you'll work your way up higher and higher. The non-modified version, the feet get to come up also. Okay? You're not bending the knees, you're actually lifting the legs in a straight motion as you lift the arms, so it'll look like this. Okay? And from the side, we're going to get this thing going here. Okay, so modified version, feet stay anchored. And the non-modified version, those feet are going to come up. And again, you'll notice I'm not bending the knees as I'm lifting. I'm lifting the entire leg. Okay? Keep that X shape, so wide feet and wide hands. Okay, so those are your 3 post-surgery exercises that I want you to do. And once again, if there's any kind of pain, stop. Don't even bother. Okay, but you're going to be helping strengthen those muscles in your lower back, around that area that was cut open, whatever, as well as a lot of other muscles in your core. Your core really kind of goes from your legs all the way up to your your chest, basically. So you're gonna feel it probably in your glutes, your hamstrings, your quads, as well as all of the abdominal muscles that are obvious. So, okay. Any questions? Let me know, and we'll get it figured out.